What's up, you guys? Black Ranger here, and this week we're exploring my Game Gear collection. Let's get it, y'all.
He did that.
What's up, everybody? What's the word, Blerd? Your boy, Black Ranger here, and welcome back for another week of BlakRanger's Blerd Life, where we explore all things legendary and nostalgic in the world of blerds and nerds. I mean, everything, especially games and toys and things like that. And this week, we're going to be talking about the Game Gear. Now, first to start off, it's been a few weeks since I made a video, and that's my fault. I've just been real busy, but I missed being in front of the camera for a little bit, and I wanted to make sure I got on here and gave y'all some great content. So what's up, everybody? I hope you've been having a good week. I hope you've had a lot of fun since the last time I saw you. I know I've been trying to, but again, I said life has been lifing, and adulthood is a bad hood. It's the ghetto, you guys. Adulthood is ghetto. I would not recommend it. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid, all right, you guys? But yes, thank you for coming back for another week. If it's your first time, thanks for stopping by and just chilling with me as we go into my Game Gear collection. So, we're going to talk about this Sega Game Gear. Now, this may look a little weird right now because it has this screen on it. Now, I never had this screen growing up, but best friend of the Blerd Life, SG Prince, my partner on Blerd's Bros and Brews, actually gave me this screen along with some other things. If you didn't see that episode, go way back when we went to his storage unit and got a ton of stuff. But it's just a screen to help magnify when you're playing the games, because I mean, it's not the smallest screen, but it's still pretty small. So just slide that thing on, pop it over the top, and good to go. So that's pretty cool. Now, we're going to get into the Game Gear collection. One, because it's one of my smaller collections. And two, I just don't think the Game Gear gets enough love, you guys. We always talk about the Game Boy and all that stuff, and even Sega, but we don't talk about the Game Gear a lot. And I miss the Game Gear. I had a lot of fun. I didn't realize I was so young when the Game Gear came out. I think that was 1991 when the Game Gear came out. I mean, I was 5. I had a Game Gear. I just don't remember being that young. I had a Game Boy too. So I had these things pretty young, but definitely going to hop into this collection. And some of these games are literally the games I had growing up. The rest of them I've gotten recently, whether it's from SG Prince or just going out game hunting. So the first one we're going to start off is it's really a nothing game, but it's the Majors. Yeah. The Majors Pro Baseball for Game Gear. I did have fun playing this growing up. Now, I didn't play baseball growing up. I watched it a little bit, but of course the games were too long for me being a kid, like 9 innings, and sitting there and it's just pitch after pitch, balls, no strikes, getting hits, whatever it is. But I did enjoy playing the game, except for when I was getting whipped, which was most of the time. Like I said, I was pretty young, so I was getting whipped, but I used to have fun playing this. I do remember playing this. And again, this was one of the games I had. This is my original copy from back then, along with this game as well. I only have 3 of these cases, which these cases were definitely cool. I feel like every game should have came with the case, but they didn't do that, I don't think. I think I had to get these separate, but right here we have Sonic Chaos. Now, I had a lot of fun playing this game. I mean, love Sonic. Sonic 2, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3, all the Sonics on Sega. But this one was a lot of fun on Game Gear. It was like just having the same thing, just a little handheld version. I remember riding in the back of my parents' car, going to family's house for dinners or whatever. Always had my Game Gear or Game Boy with me, but once I had the Game Gear, I was like, I don't need that green screen on the Game Boy, and if I wanted to play it, I'd just play my aunt's when we went to her house. All right, so again, so the first one's the Majors Pro Baseball and Sonic Chaos. Now the next game, what do I want to talk about next? I got a couple more here. Like I said, it's a small collection, but it's a pretty decent collection. So we're just gonna stay with the main theme, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, this is just it's a little different than a regular Sonic 2, but it is still around the same. There's some Tails was introduced. I used to love playing with Tails. Make the tail spin and fly around and stuff. That was so cool. So they ported it to the GameGear. And again, walking around playing Sonic, just right here. I had a ball doing that growing up. So Sonic 2, pretty decent game. Now, where are we gonna go to next? This one, I'm gonna save this game because it's so much fun whenever you play it, regardless of what it is, all right? So the next we're gonna hop into, this is a game I haven't played because I bought it recently. I bought it in one of the episodes, and I just bought it because I feel like it would be fun to play, and the show was hilarious to me. Beavis and Butthead for the GameGear. Now, I'm pretty sure this game is quite hilarious. I don't even know what you do. I mean, I know my parents didn't want me playing Beavis and Butthead all the time, or watching it, I should say. So this one actually says copyright 1995, so this came out in 1995. The show was taken off on MTV, of course. Still hilarious now if you can catch it. But Beavis and Butthead on the GameGear. Seems like it should be a pretty cool game. I'm actually gonna be checking this out fairly soon. So I'll see how that one goes. Then next up, we got Tasmania. Now, again, this is one I haven't played either. I got this one from SG Prints. Haven't played it yet, but anything dealing with Looney Tunes, especially the Tasmanian Devil, this was a craze for a while. Taz was a craze, Space Jam time, all of that. Everybody loved Taz. I remember my best friend, he actually has a Taz tattoo, and I didn't even know he liked Looney Tunes that much, or Taz, but he just popped up one day and had Taz on his arm, and I was like, okay, it's different. That's what's up. So Tasmania should be pretty cool. Haven't checked it out, but I mean, I'll try to get some gameplay footage or, at least some information about it going on somewhere on the screen. You've probably already seen it by now, all right? Then next, I'll go to this one first. Now, I do know this one is the first port of this game for a handheld version, which is Shinobi. Now, Shinobi is a classic title, we know. The original Shinobi, Shinobi 2, all of them, great games. I actually have these for Sega as well, but to have the GameGear version is pretty cool. Again, another game I got from SG Prints that I haven't checked out on the GameGear yet. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit too. But so this should be pretty cool to check out. So I'll definitely do that. I keep this one in the case because it's kind of not hard to find, but it's definitely a good game to have in your collection. So we've got through the first 6. It's only 4 left. This one right here, big title for Sega, everything. I mean, this was a great game. Primal Rage. Awesome, awesome, awesome game. Now, this one I also have on Sega as well, but now I have a handheld version. I think, I go around with my Switch sometimes and play. I'm gonna start going around with the GameGear again. The only problem is you gotta have AA batteries all the time. I ain't trying to replace AA batteries all the time. As a kid, I used to sit and use my Sega plug to run my GameGear. And when I'm home, I'm gonna be doing that now, but I got batteries in there now, so I'm gonna be checking out some stuff. But Primal Rage, I mean, what can't you say about this game? This was a lot of fun. Had a ton of fun playing this growing up. And I think I'm gonna have a ton of fun playing it now, both on Sega and on the GameGear. So that's the first 7. Is that the first? Yeah, that's the first 7. We got 3 left. Again, one of my smaller collections. So these 2, I'm gonna show them at the same time. Now, if you know me, you know my love for this franchise. I mean, it's part of my name. So we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Now, I had this on Sega growing up, and I was like, I don't need Street Fighter. I don't need Mortal Kombat. I got Power Rangers. That's what I used to tell myself because I didn't have Mortal Kombat. I had Street Fighter though. But this was a lot of fun. And then they had the movie come out. This was a craze for me. Again, as you know, my name is Black Ranger. That's where it comes from, a mixture of this and the military. But Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie handheld versions. Great to have that and play. Just it's a fun fighting game, you know. And all the other ones are real competitive. You got your Tekkens, Street Fighters, Mortal Kombats, Virtual Fighters, all those things. Super, super competitive, but this was just classic fun. This was just a lot of fun, all right? So those one, and then the last one is one of my favorite games to play growing up on handheld version and on Sega, anything else like that, but that is Road Rash. Oh man, what can you not say about Road Rash? Great game, so much fun. I used to love riding around on Road Rash and knocking people off, especially when it got to the point where you could grab chains and bats and start kicking. Oh, this was like roller derby on motorcycles. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing any of that in real life, but it's definitely fun on the game. So if you've never played Road Rash, you're either really young or I don't know. Everybody played Road Rash. Still a fun game to play. Matter of fact, when I bought my Genesis Classic, you know, the little version, that was the first game I played when I plugged it up. Not Sonic, none of that. Straight to Road Rash, because I had so much fun playing this game. All right, so that's my little mediocre GameGear collection. Again, it's one of my smallest collections. Only 10 games, but all of them are pretty decent games outside of, you know, the majors, baseball. But the rest of them are pretty classic titles, or, you know, stuff that you should have in your collection, whether it's for GameGear or Sega. You should have Sonics, you know, Road Rash, Primal Rage, stuff like that. You gotta have those. Shinobi, yeah, you gotta have that. So that brings me to my next point. Just a quick tidbit. I've been seeing a lot of videos and people talking, and one main video I want to shout out is from Ballistic Coffee Boy. He did a video, you know, talking about, you know, just gaming in general and everything. And he made the comment about, you know, trying to see where he really fits in to the gaming world now. And I've been thinking, like, where do I fit in? That's one of the reasons I've been these few weeks, just thinking about it. But like, where do I fit in? I kind of went along the lines to say, you know, I kind of feel like he does. I love retro gaming, the older games, and not even all of the older games, but I just like the feel of the old games. The simplicity in games made it fun. The terrible graphics made it fun. And they were literally just fun games. Now everything is so technical and all that stuff. So I don't really get into as much modern gaming. I mean, I have modern systems, not the newest ones, but I have modern systems. I love playing some of the games, but I'm really more of a retro gamer at this point, as a lot of people are. But, you know, that's just where I stand with it. You know, I love the old games. It's just fun to sit around, reminisce, have that nostalgia. But then again, you know, it's not a lot of, oh, what do I got to do and do that. These were back when you had to really figure games out or buy a manual. Now you can just go on YouTube and watch somebody else play and copy it. Believe me, I've seen people do it. And by people, I mean, I've seen myself do it. If I forgot where something was in a game I was playing, I was like, I know I remember this. Or if it's a secret that I didn't know about a game, I'll go look it up. And it's like, oh, I could do that next time. That's where gaming is now. And it wasn't like that growing up. That's when it was fun. But I do love retro gaming. That's why I have more retro games than modern games, even though this is a small collection. But that's where I stand. Where do you stand in the gaming community? What's your take? Are you a more modern games, more retro games? Do you just like to collect retro games but play modern games? Or do you like to collect modern and play retro? What's your stand? Where you at? I like to collect for everything, but I like to play modern, old retro games. And that's another thing. You know, I have a lot of this stuff. I'm actually going to be cleaning out the game room, you guys. I'm going to go through and look for games that I know I won't play, or I just have it that's just collecting dust. It's just wasting space on the shelf. You know, I like to think of myself as a gamer that collects. I don't want to be a collector that plays games. I'm a gamer that collects. So I'm gonna make sure I stay in that frame of mind. So I'm gonna get rid of stuff that I don't need. I'm gonna be trading it in for games that I really want to play, or I may even be selling some of it off. But it's all about trades and getting things the cheapest way possible. That's what, my man Mr. Right Way says all the time. Trade is the key, and it really does help to trade. I remember I took a bulk of stuff to the Amish market that I went to and took all that stuff there and got a pretty nice deal for everything. If you didn't see that episode, that's a few back too. So go and check that out. But yeah, but just getting back to the original point, you guys, the GameGear doesn't get enough love. It was such a fun system. I mean, again, Game Boy still gets all the love because, I mean, at heart, I think we're all Nintendo people. We're all Nintendo people. It just came in and took over everything. But the GameGear, this was my system, man. Like, it's a little bulky, but I mean, yeah, phone's about to be this size again. You know what I'm saying? When they make the next iPhone 17 Max, Pro Max is going to be this big, and the camera's going to be behind lids like this. That's what it's going to be, you guys. We're getting back to that point, Phones were big, they went small, now they're getting big again, but it is what it is. That's beside the point. We're talking about the Sega GameGear. You had to love it. They made sure they put them colors right there to let you know this system is in color, unlike the original Game Boy. I think they were throwing shots all for, Game Boy to still take over. Nintendo was still the king of everything. I mean, how can you not love the Nintendo brand of gaming for everything? They still make good stuff. Again, go out and get you some Nintendo Wii stuff, some Nintendo Wii U, because those prices are skyrocketing and it's not a big collection. I got a few back there, but hopefully I'll be getting some more. But yeah, so that does it for the GameGear. And for me just rambling on about nothing. Again, I ain't been in front of the camera in a few weeks, and I'm just talking like somebody's really across from me talking back. You might be talking at your screen at this point, but that's beside the point. Thank you guys for coming back. Again, it's always a pleasure to read the comments and to see what people have to say. And don't be scared to jump in the comments and tell me what you think about this video, about the collection, about the GameGear, about being a gamer that's a collector or a collector that plays games. Just let me know what you feel about anything that's gone on in this video. And also, let me know what you like to see a video on, or since I did the GameGear now, what system or what collection do you want to see me talk about? Do you want to see me go through? Because the rest of the collections are pretty decent. I got some nice stuff in all of these collections. So I'm ready to go through any and everything. You let me know what you want to see, and I'm going to show it to you. All right, guys. So thanks again for coming by. If you have not done so, please make sure you click that subscribe button if you enjoy yourself here. Hit the like button and leave a comment, and then share it out to your family and friends. Anybody who you just know likes old retro stuff, nostalgia, or just likes video games and toys and comics and movies, music, anime, whatever it is, send them over to Black Ranger, and we're going to make sure they have a good time. All right, you guys. So again, thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, the rest of your day, whenever you're watching this. And again, make sure you keep coming back each and every week, because I'm not going to be taking breaks like that no more. Just keep coming back, and we're going to have a good time together. All right, you guys. Remember, love upon your family and friends. Tell them you love them each time you can. And we're going to all enjoy this Blerd Life together. All right, you guys. Love you. Peace.
Tick, tick, tock, tock, tick, tick, tock, tock. It's like clockwork. Tick, tick, tock, tock.